Copying an angle. If no angle is provided, you need to draw an angle. So therefore, you are using your straight edge to make one ray. This is going to be my vertex, and I'm going to make another ray. So I'm choosing to do an acute angle because I have that choice. I have no idea what the size is. I just know it's acute. So we can put points on all three. So we have a name for this angle. So I'm going to call it A, B, C. And now I'm going to construct one that is congruent to it. So very similar to the construction that we did for copying a segment, you have to start with something on your paper. So we're going to draw the line that will become the ray B prime, C prime. And I just want to make sure I draw one that's fairly long, longer than the one that's there. I'm going to put a point at the end, and I'm going to call that B prime. There's my vertex. So if I were to use my ruler to just show you vividly what's going on, the length of B to C is about 7.8, and the length from B to A is 6 point something. So they are not what's called equidistant, the same distance from point B. So I'm going to use my compass to make an arc that essentially is the radius, using the same radius, right, of the circle, and that arc needs to cross both lines. So notice my slider was way out here. It doesn't work. I need to move it in so it crosses this ray and that ray. So I'm going to draw an arc that crosses both rays, and I've done it such that now the distance from here to here is equal to the distance from here to here. I don't need to name those points. I'm just letting you know why we're doing it. So I go down to my copy, and I need to draw another arc. So I didn't move my slider. I'm doing another arc. So think about it. I need to make sure that that arc goes up high enough so I can get the equidistant part. So here we go. I am going to draw this arc. I'm actually going to start from bottom and go up. And you can see I drew it a lot longer. Like this part is very similar to what you see here, but I made that arc very extra long because I want to make sure I can use that arc appropriately. Okay, so that was the first arc. This is the second arc. And now what comes next? Now what I'm going to do is I am going to measure across the angle. I'm going to look at this distance right here. So I put my center on the bottom point, the bottom intersection point, and I'm going to move my slider such that I can see that point right there. And I'm going to make a little arc to show you guys, and you should do this too, where it crosses. So there it is. This is now my third arc that I'm making. And now, just like we did before, we bounce down to our copy, and I'm going to make this intersection point. So I put my center on this intersection, hold it down, make sure I can still swing my compass, and I use the inside. I got to use the inside again. So now I have made this intersection point. To complete my copy, all I need to do is connect the vertex B through that point of intersection. And now I can put a point A prime on here. I can put a point C prime on here. And I can say that the measure of angle ABC is equal to the measure of angle A prime, B prime, C prime, or I can say angle ABC is congruent to angle A prime, C prime, A prime, B prime, C prime. Sorry about that. There we go. So that is the construction for copying an angle. This was our fourth arc, or fourth part of the construction. This was the fifth part of the construction. So if you're looking at just a still of this, I drew the angle, and actually this was kind of, you have to start with something here. So I had to make a start ray, and then it was this arc, this arc, this arc, this arc, draw the other ray.